we're hyper-focused on crossplay, what it can deliver, the matchmaking improvements it can provide. It's an exciting time.
EA Sports has given its most sociable game mode a brand new name to mark a new era. No longer pro clubs, just clubs, which to be honest is what we all called it anyway. Over the last few FIFA titles, clubs players started to get very frustrated at EA due to the lack of changes and updates being made to the game modes. It's almost as if because clubs didn't make any in-game money, EA stopped loving and caring for the mode at all. But fans got used to it, they continued to play the game mode with hope that the change would come in the future. But it didn't, and to be honest, FIFA 23 was the final straw for a lot of players. EA introduced crossplay to all their online game modes, apart from clubs, which undeniably was the one mode that would have benefited the most. But in FC 24, crossplay is finally coming to pro clubs, a decision that will not only excite clubs fans, but all FC 24 players. This was first announced in Amsterdam at the launch of EA FC 24, an event that I was lucky enough to attend. Whilst I was there, I was able to sit down one-on-one with clubs and Volta producer and game designer Jeff Antwi to talk all things clubs for FC 24. This included the introduction of crossplay, the errors encountered in clubs in FIFA 23, any new updates, and about esports in clubs. The first question I asked Jeff was about the introduction of crossplay and how excited he is to see this update finally made to the most sociable game mode in FC 24.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is the most social experience we have, and I'm super excited. It's been the #1 community request for as long as I can remember. We're part of the community ourselves. We take pride in listening to our community and trying to deliver features for them. So long time coming, we're happy it's here and couldn't be more excited.
An interesting answer about crossplay there. You can see how Jeff really emphasizes on the fact that listening to the community is extremely important to EA. Crossplay has been an update that the players of clubs have cried out for such a long time, so it's really good to see EA finally taking this on board and implementing it into the game. But despite EA claiming they listen and always try to help the community, it didn't really seem that way towards the end of FIFA 23. The hashtag #SaveProClubs was trending on Twitter a few months ago, with players with large groups unable to even access games in the club's game modes. The issue with matchmaking in clubs went on for around a month, despite plenty of calls for it to be fixed. The matchmaking issue took an extremely long time to be resolved, compared to other game modes. Say for example, if there was a matchmaking issue in Ultimate Team, that would have been solved in a day. Plenty of players reached out to EA multiple times. An update was made about 2 weeks into the issue starting, but if anything, it made it worse. So, with the introduction of crossplay, my first thought was, would this work? EA claimed crossplay was not ready for the launch of FIFA 23, and it wasn't released during the whole cycle of the game. So, after all the issues in FIFA 23, would this introduction of crossplay really impact matchmaking? This is what Jeff had to say about the matchmaking issues from FIFA 23 and how crossplay could impact that this year.
Our focus is for our players to have the best possible experience. We think crossplay will actually help with matchmaking. Obviously, being able to pull in players from PS4 and Xbox One into the same matchmaking pool, or PS5 and Xbox Series X and S and PC into the same matchmaking pool, that's big. And so, yeah, we want to be able to have the best possible experience, and we're always looking to obviously make improvements and address issues, and listen to the community and address them as quickly as possible. And so, yeah, we're hyper focused on crossplay, what it can deliver, the matchmaking improvements it can provide, and it's an exciting time.
So it seems EA are really focusing on keeping the community happy in FC 24, whilst he also claimed crossplay would help the matchmaking system in the new game. The thing is, players have every reason to still be skeptical. Not much love has been put into this game mode over the last few years, and content really becomes stale after just a few months. In FC 24 though, Clubs has a brand new way to keep content fresh throughout the year.
Obviously, FC 24 is the biggest year for us, biggest year for Clubs. We're delivering the most features we've ever delivered with crossplay, with league seasons. We've got a new reputation system. We've got stadium customization. We've got all new pro customization. We've developed a seasonal structure, so now we can deliver content continuously throughout the year, and it's not just pro content. Again, with the reputation system, you're going to be earning fans, and every season you're going to have new content that you can apply to your stadium customization. So it's going to be 6-week seasons, 5 weeks of leagues, a week of playoffs, and then we're going to reset. And then you're going to be able to earn new hardware, new trophies, and it's going to be you collecting hardware to show off with your club. So it's going to be exciting because it's a entire year thing.
There were some really interesting comments actually about how to keep things fresh and all the new features coming to clubs in FC24. But another new feature coming to FC24 as a whole is the introduction of playstyles. Playstyles are replacing the trait system from FIFA 23, which is a new way to allow players to gain advantages over others. For example, the power shot playstyle will improve a player's shot power, whilst the trickster playstyle means a player can pull off certain skills and flicks that others cannot. Playstyles will feature in clubs, and this is how you can use them.
It's a part of our upgraded player progression system. I'm excited about playstyles because obviously it's pulling in more authenticity to the mode than we've ever had, being able to apply playstyles and playstyles plus, leveraging opted data. It's going to really allow our community and our players to be able to create the builds of players that they want. We know it's a big part of the community, being able to create specific build types, whether it's, a striker build type or like what's the optimal center midfielder. That's something I always get excited about because that's the position for me that is super exciting to see on the pitch. But in terms of our player progression, it's playstyles is going to be a big part of it.
Earlier, Jeff went through the new ways to compete in FC24 clubs. In FIFA 23, it was just, you get to Division 1, you stop there, and that's it. There's nothing new to do. Another way players can also compete using clubs is with clubs esports. Now, this is where people go into third-party sites with teams of 11, and they'll compete using clubs for money. Esports competitions using Ultimate Team are already extremely popular. But it's interesting to see, do EA think that they could do something similar with clubs esports in the future?
Yeah, we understand that, with esports, the competition is, at the heart of it. And obviously, we want to take steps towards, building out a more robust competitive structure. And that's why with our league system, we've completely revamped our competition structure and framework, because we want to be able to continue to provide more features that our players are asking for, and it started really with Crossplay, obviously pulling that in. That's a given. But then it's okay. Well, how do we keep competition fresh throughout the year, like you mentioned? And it's updating our competition structure, and we're going to continue to evolve it. And I can't say what the future is going to look like, but again, we listen to the community, and we want to be able to build features for the community as well.
All in all, I'm very excited for clubs in FC24. I think the introduction of crossplay could prove to be a real game changer, whilst all these new ways to compete look like it's going to keep the mode fresh for a long time. But we've seen these promises made prior to release in the past, and those promises have not been kept. So I guess time will only tell to see if clubs is really the game that we all hope it's going to be.